Okay, welcome everyone to our Mastermind Executive Leadership Call. It is December 3rd already. Wow, time flies. So I'm excited to be here tonight with you guys, and I'm really proud of you guys for showing up. We had stated that the intention of these calls is to help us all collaborate, work together, helping you guys, hear what's going on first. It's always nice to have that little perk, you guys got here once to executive, and the intention is to help you get back there. That is really the intention, right? And we want to be able to help you guys bring your belief back and feel that you're a part of an elite group. And so, we wanted to, Lori, myself, Cindy, and Nancy just want to really show that first by collaborating together. And that just shows a lot to help you guys to do the same. Because as we said, sometimes, you could keep hearing the same leader over and over and over again, and it's, not really listening to them at that point. And maybe somebody else's energy, or somebody might say something to you that maybe one of them or me have already said, but yet you hear it at a certain time when you're ready to hear something, right? So I'm excited to be here with you tonight. The other girls obviously have other things going on in their lives right now and either can't be on the call or maybe don't want to be on the call because they're in Cabo or, overseas or something, while I'm living in abundance of snow. But James and I, we've actually already booked 2 weeks ago. We booked to go back to Cabo. So I'm excited about that. We're leaving next month. So you won't see me here for the one call. So I'm excited about that. So tonight I just want to quickly go over if anybody did their homework from last week that I was training on about, why, why the whole run to going back to executive. Like, are you going to do it the same way, or did you look at how you did it the first time? Were you maybe wanting to do things differently? And typically you will anyways. A lot of times people will say, oh, go back to what you did before. But that doesn't always work because you're in a different mindset. You're in a different journey. You've maybe grown through something. Maybe you, thought, no, I didn't like that. So that's where we, I always like to say we either win or we learn. And, you learn from the past mistakes or past things or whatever it is. So, if anybody would like to, first we can talk a little bit about that. We don't need everybody talking, but if somebody wants to kind of talk about that, Heather, you had your hand up, go for it.
I definitely, I related to Louise last week when you were talking about, pulling people along and reminding people of their auto ships, or, I made my, I think I've gone executive 3 times. And I want this time to be because the people want to be consultant, not because I'm wanting them to be consultant. So even having my husband be a consultant and then my mom was a consultant, I don't want that this time. I want it to be on purpose because they want it, and they want to, whether they just want to be a triangle consultant or build further than that, I don't want to drag them along or pull them. So I'm not going to go executive for the purpose of going executive unless it's authentic and real this time. So whether it takes me 2 months or 12 months and it's solid and they want to stay consultant, I'm going for the long run for this one. I don't want to have anybody that is basically me being a consultant, but with my mom's name or husband's name, that kind of stuff.
Love it. Love it. Love it. And that is awesome. I've said to people before that sometimes, we have to pay in this business. Same with any job, you have to put in sometimes to get back. So the odd time, I've had to place an extra order. And that's normal, you guys, it's normal. And I really want you to write that down. It's normal to have to do that because in any other business, brick and mortar, whatever it is, you got to put money out. And same with this business. And so the fact is, and this is what I mentioned on the call last week, is that this business is enrolling, but it's also creating consultants over and over and over again. And that's really how I've been able to stay consultant. If I look back, I think last time I looked at 65 or 70 consultants that I've created over, you know what I mean? Like in a lifetime. And so, instead, if you see someone's falling off, what I do is I message them, hey, you're in grace period. Is this something that you still want to pursue? You have, you're going to cycle again if you place an order, or if this person places an order. And it really is, guys, I think what a lot of people are lacking, and myself including, I have to get better at, is casting the vision for those people that we want to help get to executive, or get to consultant or director or whatever it is. It's constantly doing that. And any time that my team wants to work with me personally, I have them fill out that associate interview. I don't care if you've been in a year or 3 years or 5 years, you want to work with me, you got to send me that so that I can be on the same page as you. And I can do that gentle reminder. I'll pick on Daphne for a second. We did a call Saturday and I said, I want this interview within 3 days. And so when I get that, I'm going to go through it with her and I'll say, okay, so you tell me you want this in this amount of time frame. So I'm going to be able to go to her and say, okay, time to step it up. You said you wanted to get manager. How is that working for you? And then I'm going to remind her of why she wants to do this. It's all of those things, because I don't want to be that one that comes across as a nag. No, I'm not going to nag, drag, pull, beg, plead anybody. But at the same time, I can't count. Let's say Daphne, she's not my person enrolled. So let's say she was. And I need her to get her consultant back, or I'm going to lose my executive. Well, I'm like, I can't depend on anybody. Anybody, not her, not you, not anybody. I need to get to work and create another consultant. Does that make sense, you guys? So that way you're constantly having conversations with people about the opportunity, or maybe it's just to get their products paid for. Now, if it's get their products paid for, then, they got to continue to enroll people too. And at the same time, I go back and say, okay, you've enrolled 4 people. It's time for us to have a conversation about possibly doing this part-time. Okay, and then that goes into that part. So Daphne, had a question or a comment?
I just had a comment because I was listening to Heather and I was going, yes, I want to do this authentically. But the other thing I have to keep in my head is that I don't know what it is, because I've done the same thing. I've gotten to executive 3 times and then I feel like I've won the race and then I just stop. It's like, oh, okay, I got there. Yay. And the party's on and everybody does beautiful posts. And then I just quit. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I forget that fortune's in the follow-up on the recreate. You just said it, recreating consultants so that you're never falling off. Because I agree. I want to do it authentically too, where you're not taking your husband and everybody else, so that you're not placing those orders, knowing sometimes I'll have to. But yeah, I want to be able to do it so that I don't quit once I get there.
Yeah, exactly. That's really great. It's really great that you brought that up, because our last call we did last week, that's what I trained on. I trained about on, once we get to executive, it's like everybody wants to get to executive and then we take our foot off the gas. It's like, oh, I did my job now, time to relax. No, this is a business. So we really go into that a little bit more, Daphne, on that other call. And it's so true, because you are not the only one. This is for most of the people. I would say, in my mind, in my opinion, probably at least 80% will stop, because they think, oh, I've reached it now. I'm good to go. I got the lanyard. I got the title. I'm good to go. But do we feel good about that? I know I don't, right? I want to stay at executive. It's a standard I've set, and I'm going to continue to keep enrolling and creating consultants, because that's what this business is. You can be the rock star enroller and win this and win that, but it comes down to helping your teams do the same, because if you help your teams do the same, then you're going to keep your executive a little bit longer, right? So that's really cool. I love that. I love that you guys are kind of, getting this now, because it really is more about, us doing it, but at the same time, and we're going first, but also bringing our teams with us, right? I'm going to go through some of the new promotions that have just been launched and things like that. And again, we talked last week, and some of you might want to go and rewatch it again. We really talked about, with these promotions and things like, what do we do? Yeah, we're going to go because we need to lead first. Our job is to work for the company, right? Our job is to work for the company, and then we got to pass on the information, because, you guys are our executives. Why should, us leaders that are doing this training calls be the ones to always tell everybody or have to remind people or keep tagging people that are maybe your people. Does that make sense? You're the leaders, right? So we're all going to work together on this. So please go rewatch that again from last week. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. I think it was really good training. I actually went and watched it again, which I shouldn't because I don't like watching myself talk, but it was okay. All right. So we talked again, and I'm just going to see from you guys, how many of you guys did your Monday daily activities? You checked the reports, checked the enrollments, the cycles, all of those things. Show of hands, did you do all your back office report checks today? Mastering the mundane. We talked about that last week. Mastering the mundane. Monday is the biggest week, guys, to really kind of get forward on that. It'll take you 10 to 15 minutes. Okay? Block it in your planner, your agenda, things like that. Put on your phone, whatever time works, because that's going to set you up for the week to figure out where you're at. You can see in the back office reports what you're scheduled to cycle. And that's when you can say, okay, let's say you on there it says 4. You're going to cycle 4 times. It's like, okay, but I want 6. We've got to have a goal every week for yourself. And you look at your team cycles. So if anybody's cycling, well, then who can you help? Right? It's all, everything leads to the other. It leads to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Who turned off auto ship? There's a button back there for you to check who turned off auto ship off. So now it's time to contact and reconnect. Hey, how's it going? I saw that you turned off all auto ship. Call it like it is. Is there anything I can help you with? And they might say, well, with money, with Christmas, this, that, and the other thing. Well, I can help you with that. This is a great time to help, new customers get started. I can help you get paid. You're sitting on 5 cycles, right? So it's those conversations, guys. It's not being afraid to go. I mean, we got to be the best customer care people out there, because Isogenics isn't going to do it for us, right? So we have to be the ones to check in. This is our business. This is our job. Talking about then if you can, if they've been a loyal customer all this time and they've got all that bank BV, you want to thank them. Thank you for being such a loyal customer to Isogenics and to me. Is there something I can help you with your goals? Are you wanting to jump back in? It comes back to that. So check where you're sitting for your cycles for the week. Figure out your goal, where you want to be, how you're going to get there, because when you help your people get paid, it helps you cycle too. So it's not always about just what you see for you. It's always about other people. We will make it more about other people. One, we feel better because we're helping them go, but at the same time, it makes us feel really, helpful, and they think it's amazing that, you checked in on them to see how they're doing. And here I have in big letters, master the mundane. Guys, this is our job. I know it's not, always fun to go and check the back office. You might not see things that you want to see. You want to see more. You want to see, bigger numbers there or something else, but it's not going to happen on its own. I see Kim is here. Kim, we'd like to see you. So if you can turn on your video, be awesome. I'm going to keep going here. So we're going to talk a little bit, before I start that, guys, is there any questions about what I just went through? Is there anything specific that you want me to talk a little bit more about on the reports or, that type of thing of the daily operations? No? Okay, awesome. So you guys know what to do. So why am I here? So honestly, do it. I'm telling you, do it, because it really will help motivate you to be able to see where your team is and what's going on for the week. This is especially something that you're going to do more often when there's promotions, when there's a shake run, right? Or any of those things, because again, we need to go first. We've got to say, okay, I'm doing this. And another thing, really great thing to do, guys, is that, it's important for your team to know what you're doing. So a lot of times I would get off one of my CEO calls with Susan Slide, post in the group and say, oh my gosh, I just got off this amazing CEO group. Well, now you can talk about our calls, right? You can go, oh my gosh, we just had this great training tonight. We talked about learning about the reports, and I really want to help you learn your reports and teach them with it, right? Have fun with it. So it's learn, do, teach, right? That's the thing. You learn it, you do it, you teach it. The promotions. So why do we have to do the promotions? Do you guys remember from last week? Why do we have to do the promotions? Who wants to speak out on that?
Well, we're the leaders.
Yes, we are the leaders, and we go first, right?
Mhm.
And no matter if we don't want to do it, we're going to do it, or nothing's going to happen. The other thing is that we need to help the company. The company is depending on us as executives in Isagenix to pass this information on, find out from your team who wants to do it, who's interested in doing it. Your team, and I said this before, your team will do 50% of what you do and 100% of what you don't do. It's a fact. Okay, so your team will do 50% of what you do and 100% of what you don't do. So if you're not checking your reports, you're not doing the promotions, you're not doing that. If you're not, then they're not, you're not, right? Does that make sense? But if you're doing it and you're posting it and you're promoting it, they're going to do half of what you do. Okay, that was kind of an eye-opener for me. The company is helping us by doing these promotions. They are absolutely helping us. You know, when they do free membership, when they do free shipping and things like that, they really are helping us, because it may be that one person. And you might be like, oh, there's another promotion. Yes, but maybe it's for one person on your whole downline that's going to jump in. And maybe they're going to be a rock star. You never know, right? They may come in and jump in and just be like you were, right? So you never know. And it's something for us just to say, yes, this is amazing. And in your head, you're going, holy cow, this is overwhelming. There's so many. And I get it. But I'm not going to go and post that or do that, you know, say something like that with my team. Oh my God, it's another promotion. No, you know, because again, they're not going to do it if you're not jacked about it, right? Tony Robbins talks about being in state and being excited, right? These types of things. So it's up to us to pass that information on. So part of the job, like I said earlier, is for you guys to really check in on your team. Like maybe you do Facebook Messenger with them. Maybe you've got a little group of your own or whatever else. It's really important for you to distribute it. Like, I don't know if you guys see every time, like Isagenix will constantly promote about celebration, constantly, right? And Eric Worre is constantly promoting his events and GoPro this and go. We have to constantly remind our teams. We have to constantly promote. We have to constantly engage and constantly, you know, kind of, hey, you want to come to celebration? Hey, you know, this type of thing. Because you say it once, it's not enough. Somebody, you know, one of the leaders or somebody posts once in the group, post and pray. That's not going to get you anywhere. Post and pray, they see it and go, right? No, it's communicating, maybe doing your own Zoom call with a small group of your team. Maybe it's just one person who's interested. It's really connecting, getting them going and stuff. Don't wait for anyone else to post, right? We can't share the promotions and things until we're told to. We've been posting in for you guys, but we can't post it outside until they say launch, right? Till it's the launch time. Just like this one that we told you guys earlier that started, you know, opened up to the public today. And we're going to go through that. So powwow with your team, and then think about, you know, with all these promotions and things like that, guys, this is a time where you want to do your little sip and samples and your parties, and maybe you're going to do a Christmas potluck with your customers, maybe do something that you can talk about Isagenix and things like that. If you have an upline that's local, bring them along. You know, it's really great to have two rather than just one person, because, you know, and then if you guys are inspiring maybe one of your teammates to host a sip and sample, you know, you're going to edify them and you're going to love on them, and that's what the leader does. Will edify the team, right? So it's really great to have more than just one of you at these things, and most of you guys know that. So the promotions that are on now, welcome back promo. This is Huge, you guys. And we're not talking about it enough. This is the perfect time. Anybody who is eligible for welcome back, my goodness, they can get their position back. They can get, it's like they only have to order one BV to come back. It's ridiculous. Really, if someone says, I can't afford it, oh, buy one thing, you're in. You know what I mean? But at the same time, this is a great time to get people either wanting to lose a little bit of weight for Christmas, right? The holidays. It's a great time to maintain, don't gain. It's a great time to do the belly buster. So it really is about us going first and declaring, I'm doing this, right? I'm going to Cabo. I've already been doing my 30-day program, so I'm still in, you know? So it's really announcing that. And some of you are really great at, you know, declaring where you're at and what you're doing. And see who wants to join you. See who's going to help keep you accountable, right? Just posting it on your page. The other thing that when those welcome back people come back in, they get a coupon for their second order, which is really great. So all you have to type in, go Google Isagenix Welcome Back 2018, and you're going to see it. Deadline is at the end of this month. So let's get them going. Are you plugged in your cleanse coaching group, right? Your coaching group and things like that. Guys, I'm telling you right now, people watch those groups. Whether you think that they're not ordering product or not enough product, there's people watching. I talk to my team, my customers all the time, and they say, oh yeah, I saw this post in there. I'm like, oh, so you are watching, you know? And they're like, yeah, you know, I've learned quite a bit. I'm kind of quiet. And I'm like, no, I respect that, but it's nice to know that you're in there. And did you say anything you liked, right? It's just asking questions. I saw my brother's stepdaughter contacted me today, and she said, I seen this thing in Amped, you know, hydrate. Can I use that, or do I have to be exercising? So it's really cool. She never comments in there. She never talks in there. So it really is something to know that people are watching. The other thing is that we want to help you in your business, right? And that's why we have this group. So when we are in momentum and, you know, we're excited and the team is doing whatever it is, we're constantly posting. You know, usually a lot of times you guys are using Messenger. I want to inspire you guys to really start utilizing your business pages, because again, the people that are watching are missing out. They're missing out on the excitement. They're missing out on the action. They're missing out on the conversation, right? So your Messenger is great, and this group is going to be great, but what about the people watching that are sitting back, right? So we don't know. We don't know. And maybe one time, you know, you're posting in the business group, and all of a sudden, you know, you do a check-in call, and this person says, yeah, you know what? I'm seeing these posts, and there's seems to be a lot of action going on. What am I missing out on? So think about that. Something to really consider. That welcome back promo is great. I had 3 people re-sign up, and I have 4 that want to set up a call with me this week. So, I mean, I'm wanting to help them get started the right way, and I'm going to do the associate checklist with them all over again, right? Because I want to know what their goals are, you know, all of this. Before I say anything about the belly buster or anything like that, I'm going to ask them, okay, I have a few questions. So, you know, what are you eating today, and how much weight have you gained? How much do you want to lose? All of these questions I'm going to ask again. How serious are you? You know, when do you want to lose this by? All of these questions. And if they say, you know, 20 pounds before New Year's, you know, whatever it is, I'll be like, okay, let's get you back on accelerated 30-day cleanse, right? And that's your 30-day with an extra bottle of cleanse. Jump in, right? That's what you got to find out before. If someone comes to me even today and says, Barb, I want to sign up with a belly buster, I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's talk about your goals first. I don't just say, okay, let's sign you up. No. I go right into tell me your health goals. What are you looking for? What do you want? This, that, and the other. Maybe it is right now a belly buster, but then I'm going to add in at least a shake a day. Get that ionics in them as well. It's upselling. Guys, it's upselling, but it's also going to have them have better results. Yes, that's what we want. So we want to have happen. Okay, so you can find the welcome back information. Any questions on welcome back before I move to the next one? Thumbs up, good? Everybody's good? Yeah, okay, awesome. So the next one is the Coover contest. Now this has been started a while back, but there's still time. 15 enrollments before December 31st is a big thing. They're kind of keeping really quiet about it. I've heard, I don't know for sure, but I've heard it's supposed to be some grand, amazing trip. Okay, I don't know, could be, who knows where with the Cougars, you never know. Maybe it's Costa Rica or something crazy. So 15 enrollments. So I told you guys last week there was three Decembers. I enrolled 17, 19, and 21 people. This is the time that you contact the husbands of the people that you knew that wanted to start before. Okay, maybe it's somebody that you've been talking to lately that says they can't afford it. Maybe you know they can't afford it. But I am sure, like if you were to contact the husband and say, hey, you know, I might have an idea for your wife. She's contacted me. We've had chats. Have you bought her a Christmas gift yet? Right? Oh, I know what you can get her then. Right? And that's it. Or you can talk to the woman and say, well, what are you asking for Christmas? She's like, well, and if you've been with your spouse long enough, you probably don't even really know what you want. Well, this is a great gift. So think out of the box, think what you can do, come up with something to maybe have a little party for the spouses or something. I don't know, get them interested in helping their wife out, right? Or vice versa. Maybe you've got a friend that's, you know, works out and does a lot of training or running or whatever it is. Contact the wife. What are you getting your husband for Christmas? Okay, so there's a couple ideas there. But this Cougar contest, it is 15 enrollments by the 31st. And it's something that if you want to go for it, go for it. Declare it, and who on your team wants to do it. Maybe you don't want to do it, but maybe somebody on your team that you haven't chatted with, right? Maybe they've had amazing results and you just have to ask them, okay? Don't be afraid to ask, you guys. And also, don't be afraid to ask for referrals. So if you're talking to someone, they're like, yeah, you know what, Barb, I'm really not ready at this moment, you know, and maybe you know them a bit. And you can say, you know what, I appreciate that. I understand now's not the time. You know, maybe if we have a promotion or something that'll help, you know, can I, you know, let you know when that happens? Sure. And I'll say, you know, in the meantime, you know, I know that you've got a really great network of friends and maybe you know somebody who's looking for better health. Would it be okay if, you know, you can set me up with them? You know, do a 3-way message or a text or something. I would really love to help them. Because we're all seeing it on our Facebooks, you guys. We're seeing people are sick and they're, you know, have a cold and, oh, not me, and I can't afford to stay away from work, so they're going to go to work being sick, and oh my gosh, it's everywhere, right? So it's just a matter of message. I message people, you know, I'll comment on their post. I have this one lady today, and I just said, you know, Lisa, I may have a solution for you, because everybody else, once one person says I'm sick, there's a whole bunch that say I'm sick. And I'll just say, you know what, I don't know, Lisa, if, you know, I have a solution for you. It may or may not be for you, but I'm going to private message you. And then I private message them and say, you know what, on a level of 1 to 10, how serious are you about getting rid of that cold, right? Because if they're serious, if they're over a 10, or if they're over an 8, I'll tell them I can help them, you know, and that's kind of just another conversation. So number 3 contest, the new one, the Road to Celebration, it's called. Okay, this is a big deal. So if you worked for, do you have a question, Heather? Oh, okay. Anybody have a question about the Cougar thing? All good? Okay. So in any business, if you were told you have to go to this business function, whatever, you go. So this is the same with Celebration. This is our big, you know, Canadian event. Now, so many people wanted to have Canadian events. You bring them to Canada, bring them to Canada. And they're not filling the room as much as they want to because people are backing out. So it's up to us to get our little butts in the house for Celebration. So who can you bring? Who in your team? We know that when we go, we're like, oh, I wish I would have brought more people. Oh, I wish I would have talked to more people. And if they want to do this business and they really want to see the, you know, the culture for sure, They want to learn about the business for sure. They want to be inspired for sure. If they want to kind of not have FOMO for sure, right? If they like to have fun, they want to go. And this promotion is going to help anyone. This next one I'm going to talk about. This will give you, they talk about 6 enrollments. Well, you'll get money with the PIBs, right? I remember the first 3 years almost of with Isogenics, I would hear and I would know when celebration was, and I started working my hiney off on contests like this to help pay for what I had to pay for at celebration. So it's that mindset. If you're thinking right now, yeah, I can't go, or somebody on your team is thinking they can't afford to, then it's your duty to help them win this contest. Okay, they ran this contest last year for RWKO, and my team, I held a promotion for my team on top of that, an extension up, is that if they got both, now this one's levels, before it was tiers, they got 2 tiers. James and I actually took them in Toronto to the CN Tower for dinner, and PK Smith joined us. So it's those little extra things that even you guys can do. If you have 1 or 2 people who hit tier 2, why not? Maybe you take them out for dinner yourself. Special dinner, right? Things like that. You got to kind of think like, jump onto the promotion, right? Like that's what we kind of do too. Like, with Cindy, she might put out a free ticket for whoever does this within the whole team. It's kind of the same thing, guys. Like, but you don't have to go all out, right? So you could do this, have money to help pay for your thing, and take somebody out for dinner. It's really trying to think of things like that, because you are an executive. And if you win and then they win, that's fun. Did you know that if you have somebody go to a distant event, that's like $1,000 more in your pocket. So think if you had 5 people, that's an extra $5,000 in your pocket after an event, because those people are usually fired up and ready to go, right? There's usually a contest coming out of those things and that type of thing. So, so if they earned, Kim, if they earned tier 2, so it was 1 and 2, they had to get both for ours. We took them out for dinner. That's what we did. It was, it was extravagant, a little bit extravagant, but the money that we earned, the bonus, all of the money that we earned, because James and I earned it too, that was all spent. The bonus money was spent on them. So for what we did in that night, it was like $2,000, just to give you an idea. Okay. So that's what we did. Do you guys have any questions before I kind of tell you more details on this? Not yet? Okay. So this contest runs from December 1st to February 28th. Okay. Canada only participants, meaning us, we're Canadians, we can participate in earning this. But you can enroll people outside of Canada. So you can enroll people in the US and places, other places. This is the thing. So participants must remain active with 100 BV every 30 days. So you have to be in this, you have to still be ordering and staying active. Winners must attend celebration and check in to be awarded the bonus on level 2. So in level 1 is you'll receive $400 Canadian. They're going to load it into your back office. I think they said 10 to 14 days after you earn it. You don't have to be at celebration to get tier 1 or level 1. Okay, 6 new customers with 150 BV or more, or develop 3 new personally enrolled consultants. Now, I don't know if you guys saw in Isogenics Business today, Alexis did a live, and one thing she didn't answer, and I messaged her privately, where do they have to be brand new consultants with this contest, like within? She said no, they can be from whenever, you guys. This is freaking awesome. I was like, yeah, my team's gonna be so excited. So no, they don't have to be brand new within this time frame of the contest. Make sense? Awesome. Good. This is a good thing. This is a really great thing, you guys. Okay. So it's for incentive for level 1, receive $400 when you complete one of two things. So 6 new customers with 150 BV or more, or develop 3 new personally enrolled consultants. So they have to be your personally enrolled. Okay. Incentive number 2 is you have to complete both activities and check in to Celebration to receive your $1,000 bonus. So you enroll 6 people with 150 BV and develop 3 personally enrolled consultants, and you'll get the $1,000 bonus when you check in. When you check in there, and it's still probably going to be a week later on the next pay or whatever. So this is really exciting. Canada Celebration is April 4 to 7. So they're giving us enough time right now to find out who on our teams we want to bring now. This is why they're running this promotion. They want more people in the seats, obviously, right? And so it's our job to say yes. And it's our job to find out who on our team is going to come with us. So, it's just like enrolling people. You ask 10 people, they say no, or 9 people, and the 10th one is going to say yeah. That's kind of the same thing with this. It's going to be like that. For those of you that live in Ottawa, your whole team should be showing up there. Just saying. Whole team, even your customers, get them in the seats. Get them in the seats, right? And, I always usually buy extra tickets to come because I want to set that intention, and I'm going to work my butt off to make sure that I am able to give these tickets to them. Or maybe it's a discount for them, right? If you guys buy full price, maybe you can offer your team half price. It's just up to you what you can afford. Not everybody can do that. I get that, but it's just some ideas. Kim, you have a question?
I do, Barb, actually. About a year and a half ago, I booked a week vacation, actually, when Ottawa's Canada Celebration is happening. Shoot me now. And my girlfriends from high school a year and a half ago said, what weeks works for me? So I gave them 5. So that being said, I have between 35 and 50 people going to Cuba on a girls' trip that exact week. So God love my team and God love you all, and whatever you believe in, that's amazing. But I can't even fathom changing what I've just ran with. So I love challenges. Apparently I signed up 10 people, but 8 people last week, and I'm excited with what's going on in my life, and I can't wait to learn from all of you, because I've, as you all know, I've bought and ate and all these products for years and used them for different reasons, and I'm kind of supposed to be on fire. Well, no, I am on fire, but I'm just a little bit worried about that. So what happens in my scenario, or maybe another later after the call, maybe you can let me know, because what if I also meet these prerequisites, but I can't attend?
Right.
That's something to look at later, because I want to go for it, but I cannot make it. I'm out of the country. I'm in Cuba, baby.
No, that's fine, and it's a great question. So
yeah,
if you win it, if you got to level 2,
when I win it,
when you win it, awesome. When you win it, that's great. You won't get the money because you have to check in. You won't get the bonus, the $1,000 bonus, but you will get a celebration ticket that you can gift a team.
Okay, fair enough. I love it. I just wanted that clarity.
I read that though. So Kim, you'll get the $400.
Okay.
But the 600. So everyone will get paid the $400 right away. It's after you check in. It's the 600.
Yeah.
You have to check in. So
okay,
you'll
fair
get
enough.
the 400, but when you get all of incentive 2, it's gonna rock your business. You won't even need that extra 600.
Oh, I love you. Thanks.
Yeah.
And Heather, thank you. It's so awesome to see you again. So Barb, carry on. Thank you.
So so just like I said, the level 1 or whatever it is, you will absolutely get that $400. You absolutely will. They'll put it in your back office. They said 10 to 14 days after you've earned it.
Oh,
yeah. Go ahead, Patricia.
So in the Team Certainty page, there's a post that says that consultants have to be from new signups.
Oh.
Okay, I have the text from Alexis.
And Cindy answered a question in the Team Certainty page, so we should get that clarified.
Yeah, I will. I'll actually post.
That would be awesome, and then maybe comment on that post that's in the Team Certainty. I think it's just the Team Certainty page, not the executive page. I'm not sure which one it was in.
It was my question, and Cindy replied to it today. She said that she thought it had to be new people,
Yeah.
That's why I asked. That's why I asked, because
Okay.
I wanted to know, because that's usually the scenario.
I don't think Cindy is realizing that you spoke with Alexis. I think she's just thinking from the past contests where it had to be with new ones.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to know before this call, because I actually said I have a team call tonight, and I wanted to be sure that I knew the answer. So now that we know the answer, we're all good. We
Perfect.
will pass that information on. Kim, you'll get your $400. Go for it. Like Heather said, they
No
give
worries.
if you get the level 2, your business will be rocking it. You know, that type of thing. So it'll be great. You won't get the extra money because you won't be checking in, because you'll be checking into Cuba.
All
So
good.
it's all good. It's all good.
Thank you, Barb. Thanks.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay. So think about this right now. I want you guys to have your pen and paper, and I want you to think about who in your team right now could use extra money. Just write down quickly. And now I want you to think about who on your team needs to be at this event. Who on your team? Who do you want in the seats? Just write a few down. First people that pop into your head that don't have a ticket. Who on your team has wanted to get their products paid for and maybe isn't anymore? Maybe they first said it, you know, a year ago. Maybe they could use it again. Who on your team is struggling financially, or somebody that you know struggling financially right now who could use the Isagenix opportunity, even if they're not signed up yet? Who do you know that is struggling financially, even for Christmas? And who on your team has had amazing physical results that has not shared their story? Who on your team has banked business volume that you know of, just top of your head? And who do you know outside of Isagenix right now is looking for a solution that we can offer them? The last thing, who do you know that you want to link arms with right now who's on your chicken shit list? Who is on that list that you're thinking right now, damn, I'd love to have them on my team? So these are a couple of things that, you know, questions that I wanted to put out to you guys, because you can add on to these. These are the questions that I constantly have written down and that I'm always adding to the list. This is a go-to list, right? If you're kind of in a funk and you're like, whatever, this is a go-to list that I have. And it's really great to have something like that, because there are days where we really don't want to do, you know, our job or go look in the back office at our reports or whatever it is. Mastering the mundane. Everybody should be writing that out big somewhere and putting sticky notes everywhere. Master the mundane, because that's exactly what this is, guys. And so, you know, who on this call is going to go for this? Who's going to go for this promotion? Who besides me, right? This is kind of, guys, what we're doing right now. The Coopers, I mean, they're so smart, because this is a great time to help you get people kind of started and bringing them into January. Like, it's great. It's great timing. It really is. This is something that so many of the people on your team, you could help. Can you imagine? Yes, it's a non-negotiable, you're doing it, but can you imagine if you even had 1 or 2 people that you can help earn this? Oh my God, it's so fun to be able to help your teams do it. You guys know, you probably have helped somebody earn something before. I know, you know, Sue Carroll, like, you enrolled Francine, right? And you know, Stacy Martin and Kim, like, you guys are all on the same team. And it's fun. It's fun when the teams get going, you know? And so, and because we're doing these calls and we really want to get going, and I really want you to look back at your notes. We talked about, you know, the team business pages, the coaching pages, and really getting it out there. And this is where, you know, it's your time to shine with your team. It's your team to your time to go out there and say, I just got off this call. This is what we're doing. We're so excited, right? So the last thing I'm going to talk about here. Okay. Before I do my last piece there, I just want to see if there's any comments or questions. We're getting to close to the top of the hour here, so I just want to keep it short. Anybody want to comment? I'd love to hear your feedback on any of this. Then I can have a drink. Anybody?
I'll go ahead. I haven't done my back office, my back office in probably 3-4 weeks. And I decided to do it this morning since we talked about it last week. And I was kind of blown away because there is one person there that's got, and she's just, a great loyal customer. And she just orders, typically every month, sometimes every second month. But she's got 64 members under her that she's not realizing that she has.
Mm-hmm.
That was something huge. And then the second one, I realized that she just placed an order for 161 BV last month. So I actually had her come over today. So we were going over, she actually made 2 orders and they kind of totaled about over 200. So I was explaining, how she could split that up. So that would be a pirate. So that would be kind of close to consultant. And then one had personal holding volume of 1,200. So there was 3 cycles right there. So it really surprised me when I started going through my back office. It really did.
That's amazing, Louise, because this is exactly when you want to comb your tree right now. And it was perfect timing for you to do that because things change quickly. They change quickly from the number of people that are below them, like you said, to how much BV is there. Like these loyal customers, you guys, like it's insane. It's insane, I had one lady and she let it go. I couldn't believe it. She actually had 2 million banked. 2 million. 2 million banked. Anyways, that was her choice, but at the same time, she ended up coming back as a welcome back customer. She lost all that BV. So it is. We've got to keep checking on those, especially during, promotions or run weeks or anything like that. We've got to know what's going on, guys, back there. It's your business. We all talk about, I'm the CEO of my business, but really? Are you doing the work? Are you mastering the mundane? So awesome, Louise. Awesome, Louise. Yes, comb your tree, guys. This is absolutely, tonight, tomorrow morning, sometime, frame in time to kind of get that done. Make your list. You've already started a list. I kind of help you with that at the end here. But, just imagine if you could, help set your team on fire, right? Going into this, find out who wants to link arms with you. Who can I help? Who can I help do the, earn this, right? It's really, really important to kind of find out who is, because someone who said no so many times might say yes this time. And even if it's just one person, you guys, okay? So getting back to executive, have your goals, okay? So this could help you. 3 more consultants. Maybe that'll help you get back your executive sooner than you thought, right? Go for it. And always know, right, you reach out to somebody to help you, guide you. We've talked about our strengths and our weaknesses. Maybe, you need some help organizing yourself or, setting up your schedule, your planner or something like that. Reach out in the group, ask somebody who can take, a few moments with you. So before we leave, I just want to have each person jump back on quickly and just kind of say what you're taking away. Best thing you can do, you guys, I'm telling you, people are watching. The best thing you can do is post in the group after as well as on the call right now, because again, people are watching. People aren't jumping on these calls, right? This call should be filled and we want people to watch the recording. So hopefully they will. So right now, just for personal, I want to hear what your feedback is. It helps me. It's not to go to my head. Well, maybe a little bit, but mostly it's just so I know that you were able to take something away.
Yeah, I can jump out, Barb. I don't have my camera on just because I have a nice full face mask on, and as much as I'll love to see that, I'm not going to be coming out.
It's all good.
So I am taking away, I'm going to go, I've written down all the questions, the little list questions. I I have a bunch of lists floating around my house, but I want to put them more in categories like the different questions you ask, like dividing them up like that. And then I could probably do up a quick little text or voice message without even their actual name, and to be honest, and just kind of like just go through the whole list over and over, and then move to the next group, and then a different type of voice message or a different type of text, like just kind of tailored to what it is that the solution that they're looking for. Or like you said, like combing my tree, like I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember the last time I combed my tree. It's got to be like 5 or 6 months ago, like it's that long ago. So I don't comb my tree very often, and I always find something when I do comb my tree. So I don't know why I don't do it more often, probably because I don't have time, but but I mean, I'm trying to like prioritize what actions to take. Like I know it's mastering the mundane, but I'll master one little thing of the mundane, but I should be mastering about 8 things of the mundane. And so it's a bunch of different things I'm taking away from this call. And I'm getting excited for that week, that one that's just after Christmas, the big one where everybody's all starting to think about the new year and what they're going to do. So we're planning some sip-in samples during that week. So it's getting exciting.
That's awesome, Francine. Lots of takeaways from you. That's great. And yeah, and like with this contest, it's really great because imagine the people that you're going to help start this month, and then into January, we can help their people, right? And that's where we're looking at right now. Like as executives, we think now we're going to find out who's going to do this now. We're going to get going, and then who they can bring to those sip and samples, and can we have a party for them as well, right? So great takeaways, Francine, as always. Who's next?
I'll jump out, Barb.
We'll
Sorry, go ahead, Heather.
We'll go ahead, Patricia.
It was a very good reminder about my reports and doing all the boring stuff that I don't want to do. So I'm committed to going even through it, even though it's past my bedtime. I'm going to go through it for about 15 minutes before I go to sleep tonight, and then finish it up in the morning. So thank you for reminding me. And I almost pretended and lied and said I did it, but I didn't do it.
That's awesome. Thanks.
Truth here.
That's awesome, Heather. No, thank you. And you know what? When you get it done, and then you just post or something like, I just mastered the mundane, I checked all my reports, I'm excited, whatever it is, right? And that's just keeping accountable too.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Patricia.
Super excited about the Road to Canada celebration, and that it's here in Ottawa in 2019. It's going to be awesome. I also love that you reminded us about the Welcome Back campaign, that runs until the end of December, because that too will help us with getting, it's the momentum, right? Even if the Welcome Back campaign people don't, come in as part of the Road to Canada celebration, they don't account. They get your momentum going, because if they start coming back, then you start getting more things happening within your team, and then you get more excited. And it's just, it's the more you do, the more that starts to happen. And we all know it just keeps feeding. It's like that momentum starts. And going into 2019, like Francine says, that first week is when you always have the best enrollments and the best team involvement. Everybody wants to get healthy, start the new year, get things going. So I took a lot away from this call, because I also used to have a Facebook page. When you said get back into your business page stuff, I had a Facebook page that had about 350 people, and I used to post in there regularly, and every so often I would get the odd person that would join from that group, and it was just a bunch of people that was, goes way back, and it was kind of like sharing the gift. It was just anybody that wanted to come in could come in and learn a little bit about Isogenics. Nothing, no pressure. It was always just posts and stuff. So you just reminded me to get back to doing those mundane things that are those regular posts and those things that we think, oh, they don't really want to hear from me, but they actually are watching.
They're waiting for you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Thank you so much for the reminders.
Yeah, you're welcome. Awesome, Patricia. It's great, great, great. Okay, Sue, jump out.
For me, it was the mastering the mundane for sure. I don't go into into my reports as much as I should. When I was doing the run for executive, I was in every day knowing what I had to do, and then it kind of just fell off, and I don't go in hardly at all. And then the $1,000 for the Canadian celebrations, the way that you used it to take your team out for dinner is wonderful. And when we were in Arizona, Del Rey Messer was training, and she said what she does is any of those promotions, and especially her bonus pools. And since I'm not back in the pools yet, again, she uses them, puts them in a separate account, and that is just for her team, for tickets or dinners or any type of celebration. So when I get the $1,000, I would use it for my team, because I just, I haven't been able to do that for them. Whether it's a dinner or, some tickets or whatever, then that's what I want to do. So that was a good reminder when you said that about what you did with PK back in Toronto.
Yeah, it's fun to do that, Sue. And I did the same throughout, like when I got in the leadership pools and, things like that. Anytime I earned something, I was giving it.
Yeah.
Right, constantly. And it's fun to be able to do that, because, me, when I first started, I was like, how am I going to afford to do anything with my team? Like dinner, or even to go out for dinner, and maybe I paid for all the appetizers, right? You do what you can do, but it's fun to be able to do that and to put back in to your team, right? So
yeah, for sure.
awesome.
So that was a good one. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. And you getting back to doing and you talked about that. You guys heard that, right? She said she was in momentum. She was checking her back office every single day. That's what happens, you guys. If you're constantly going, you're going to check it, because it's important. If you allow yourself to step back, oh, I did executive. Oh, I did the promotion. I'm done now.
Yeah, like even when I had to stay in the pools to get the 3 weeks, I was in there every day. I'm like, okay, well, I have to get somebody to do something, or I have to, somebody has to order to keep at, building whatever I had to do to keep going up each week to be able to stay in the pools. So
And
I was in all the time. Now it's like I don't even open them up.
No, and you probably felt more in alignment, right? Because you were doing it. It's not like you were crazy, but you were in alignment because you had your routine. You had, you knew what you had to do and things like that. And guys, we talked about, so many times, how many times we heard hot mess, hot mess, hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
How, it's the same thing as like people hustle or align. I like align, because me with sometimes a hot mess, it was crazy. I can look at hot mess though in different ways though now. More in alignment. If you feel in alignment, because we should be doing this stuff. We should be. That's our job. And so it's if you're organized and you know what you've got to do every single day, 10 to 15 minutes in your back office, you're good. You're good. Awesome. Great, Sue. Awesome. All right, let's finish this up. We've got Daphne and Kim next. Can't see either of them or hear them.
I think Kim's got to put her kids to bed.
Okay, Daphne, are you there? Let's see. I've unmuted Daphne. Are you there, Daph? Bummer. We're not going to hear from them. Okay, so this is it for our call. So thank you so much for jumping on and joining me, and for just showing up. Guys, this is huge, and you probably all feel great after you get off a call. I know I normally do. You just kind of feel plugged in and refreshed and knowing, what's next. So let's try to help inspire the other people that are in the group to get on the calls. Maybe give them a gentle nudge, push. I know I tagged everyone for this call, and it's our job to work together and help each other. So you can help me by doing that as well.